Good morning, guys. Today we are getting baby chickens. So first things first, go ahead and roll our bay doors down, and we'll go over there and get into the bedrooms and start cutting some heat on and ventilation and running feed. So all right, guys, we're over here in house 2 now. I've already got house 1 going, but I'm gonna fire this house up and get my computer and get the settings right on it so we can be ready for baby chickens. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the feed on and just run it in the hoppers. I ain't gonna run it in the feed lines until the baby chickens are on their way. Some good looking feed. All right, we're gonna let that run. It's gonna fill up this hopper, and that hopper over there. And when this gets done running, I'll go ahead and cut the heat on, and we'll make sure everything's on fire up like it's supposed to. All right, I got everything in auto now. Now the house just needs to recognize that my set point's at 90 degrees. And when it recognizes that it needs to be at 90, and the sensors right now, we're reading at 68 degrees inside there now. The house knows it needs to get to 90, so what it's gonna do, it's gonna pop these 4 heaters on right here in the brood end, and we're gonna heat the house up to 90 degrees. On a hot summer day, this is not fun. This is not a fun atmosphere to be working in, but when it's cold outside, raining, 90 degrees feels pretty good in here, so it's not that bad to work in it during the winter, but during the summer, it's pretty brutal. All right, guys, the heaters are on. I'm gonna do a walkthrough and make sure all of them lit up, and make sure they're blowing air down to the floor. All right, guys, the chickens have arrived. This is what 38,700 chickens look like. They're a couple hours old. You can tell they're already on their feed, eating, in the feed pans eating. Got some over there drinking water. They look very good looking chickens. The first 2 weeks of this chicken's life will let you know how the rest of your flock is going to go. So cross your fingers and hope that they do good these first 2 weeks. But we're back in business, guys, so let's get to growing some chicken. Good morning, guys. They don't like me talking. Today is the 5th day I've had the chickens, so the chickens are 5 days old today, which means we've got to go through, and as I talked in the last video, these chick spouts, I turned them down to put extra feed on this tray. Now that they're getting old enough, and you can tell they're starting to kick some of the feed out, and that's a good indicator for me that it's time to turn them up. They're starting to get old enough where they can get in the pan. As you see, that one's in the pan. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through here in each house, and we got to fold this spout back up. And what that does, it'll shut the feed off from going in that tray, and it only allow feed to go into the pan. I'll leave these trays down for another gonna say till about day 7 or day 8, and then by then they've gotten most of the feed off the tray, which is going to be a lot easier to pick up. So then once I get all the feed off the tray, or they get all the feed off the tray, I got to go through and pick up all these trays up and get them out the house. And I've got a little burn pile, and I burn them when I get them all up. So I'm gonna go through here and start turning up all these chick spouts, and we'll go through all 3 houses and do that also. All right guys, I'm over here in house 1. I'm gonna go ahead and turn these chick spouts up. Already went through and checked on everything. Did my little walkthrough like I do every morning in all 3 houses. I've raised the water lines up some. They're starting to get big. So yeah, I'm gonna go through here like I said, and I'm gonna turn these chick spouts up. You talk about a leg workout, this right here will build your calf and your thigh muscles up, because by the time you get done doing 3 houses, almost 1,000 spouts between the 3, your leg will hurt pretty bad for the next couple of days at least. All right guys, got that light bulb replaced. I know y'all been just seeing a bunch of just like chicken houses and what I do around chicken houses. On the farming side, we're slow right now. It's just that time of the year for farmers. Can't grow anything when it's cold outside. A few crops you can, but the crops that we grow you can't. We've been trying to get into the field. It's been raining for the past 3 days now. Finally got some sunshine today. But it's going to take at least a week and a half before we can even get in the field. We got loads of lime to spread. We got litter that we want to spread, but I believe today we're going to start working on our planters and getting them set up for corn, and getting those pulled out, just looking over them. So when it is time to go, we're ready to go. So we should start planting corn here, I'm say a month and a few days. We should start putting some of the first seeds in the ground, and then after that it's game on. It's gonna be a busy couple months, so y'all will start to see a lot of the farm coming up and less of the chicken houses. Good morning guys. The chickens are 10 days old, so which means it's time to vaccinate them. I've already got my vaccine mixed up in my bucket, and I just cut the lights back on. The water has been off. I cut the water off last night around 10 o'clock last night. It is currently 9:21. So they've had plenty of time to drink the pressure off the lines, and they are really thirsty, which is good. So all they need is 1 drop of this vaccine, and what this is a immunity booster. It boosts the immune system on the chickens before we turn them out to a full 600 at a house. So as you can tell, it's starting to take off. Every time this thing clicks, that means a gallon of water has been drank. So as you can imagine, being without water that long, they are pretty thirsty. So I'm gonna get my shaker, and I'm gonna go around and get the chickens off the wall. All right, we're inside the chicken houses, and as you can tell, the birds are getting a lot bigger. They look very good, and like I said, you can see how they're piled up on the wall. So I'm gonna go through handy dandy can, and I'm gonna tap on the wall and get the chickens to move off to get on the water line and start drinking. The next thing to do after we vaccinate is we're going to turn them out to a full 600 foot of the house. So I've got to blow the feeders out like I did in the beginning of last video. Yeah, that was in last video, how I blew the feeders out on this end, on the brood end. I've got to blow them out on grow out end now and get the back end of this house heated up and feed ran over there. All right, we got house one done. One thing I want to show y'all how big of a difference this curtain makes in the wintertime. As you can see, the house is at 82.8 degrees is where our set temperature needs to be. Right now we're running at 83.0 or 83 degrees, which is perfect. So down here, we got 4 sensors on each side, so 8 sensors total. As you can see, the 4 that are on the brood end where the heat's already burning, 85.8, 85, 81, 82, and then look how big of a difference. 20 and 30 degree difference from that curtain back to the grow out end where heat is not on. You got 58, 57, 58, and 59 degrees. So that curtain makes a very big difference during the winter time. During the summertime, I don't personally even drop it. Some farmers might do, but me, I don't see the point of dropping it when it's 100 degrees outside and it's got to be 100 degrees on the inside of the chicken house. So, and during the summer, we pull more ventilation than we do blowing heat. So that's another reason why I don't drop that curtain. So just wanted to show y'all how big of a difference that the brood curtain makes inside the chicken house. All right, guys, now that the curtain is up, it's rolled back up in the ceiling now. We've got to get this fence up right here. We call this a migration fence. There's one here, there's one down there. There's one down there also, and what this fence does is it keeps the chickens from piling up on each other. Sometimes if there's a big thunderstorm or something like that, it scares the chickens, they tend to run to one end of the house. So what this does is they can only run so far over here. And it'll stop these chickens from piling up on these chickens on this side or vice versa. So that's what these are down for, but I'm gonna pull this up so that these chickens right here on this side can all get or migrate over here onto this side. And then those chickens on the other side of the fence down there, I'll split those half and half. So half on this side and half on the other side of that fence over there. And same thing with here. All of these will come on this side and half of them will be on this side or on this side of the fence. And then that fence down there, another half will be on that side. So, but for right now I got to pull this fence up so that they can run through and get over here on this side. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this feed on so we can start filling these pans up with feed for them. All right, guys, I got all the chickens moved yesterday. Just wanted to show y'all what it looks like when they're moved to a full house. So everybody's split up in their own section now, and this is where they'll live the rest of their life at until it's time to send them off to the plant. So right now with the chickens, it's pretty much on cruise mode. Do your morning chores, walk through, check on everything. Like this morning I had a nipple leaking, so I had to change a water nipple out, make sure your feed's running and things like that. But like I said, pretty much just cruising. And next week we are starting on the farm, so y'all get to start seeing a different look other than the chicken houses, it'll be the row crop side of the farming, and I'm excited to show you all that. So with that being said, this is going to be it for this video, and hope to see you in the next one.